Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from two important newspapers. The first being the Hindu and the other is the Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial of the day would be discussed in this session. Let's get started with news topic list. Today is 20th of January. The first topic is Prime Minister to host India Central Asia Summit. We'll see the significance of this summit, which is being held virtually. Second, center to rank states on faster green node. So whichever states are giving approval, they would be accordingly ranked in terms of ease of doing businesses also. Third, expert panel recommended market approval for vaccine. We'll see the two vaccine that would be very soon available. What are the recommendations coming from the expert? Second last, Supreme Court pull up states for non-payment of COVID compensations. And the last is an editorial, that is NFS data and Swachh Bharat success. We'll see the detail of this and how this is going to be relevant in terms of utilizing this in mains and essay paper. Apart from this, at the end of this video, there would be some MCQ based questions. These questions is going to be based on current affairs that you have to practice at your home, which will build a foundations for the upcoming prelims examination. So without any further delay, let's get started. And those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do not forget to press a like button. And a small announcement about the Republic Day offer. We are giving you three offers. The first offer is 10,000 discount on the regular courses of the UPSC classroom program. Second, 5,000 discount on regular WPS courses for the program. And the third is 10% flat discount on all UPSC, OPSC and WPS test series. So you can use the code that is Republic Day 10. For more details, you can refer to the description section of this video where I provided a dedicated link. And this offer is valid from 19th till 26th of January. So do not forget to get this opportunity where you can grab the discount and you can avail the benefits out of it. So do check it out. Starting with the first news, that is PM to host India Central Asia Summit. This is again something very important in terms of bilateral relationship. And this is important for General Studies Paper 2, Bilateral Regional Grouping and Agreement, Evolving India's and Affecting India's Interest. So what is the detail of this news? The Prime Minister is expected to host first. This is first of its kind India Central Asia Summit, which would be held in virtual mode because of the COVID-19 and the recent rise in the Omicron cases. This particular format, this particular forum, this particular multilateral engagement is being done online. And this is the first engagement that calls, and the prime motive is to extend our neighborhood policy, right? So the development follows the government decisions to go ahead with the Republic Day celebrations that is being scheduled for 26th of January without any foreign leader or chief guest because of the COVID-19 cases, right? So we'll see how this is being executed. So the government of India has earlier invited leaders from 5 important countries, that is Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan. Right, so these were the leaders from this Central Asian countries were invited to the chief guest, but no formal announcement was made from any specific country. We know that the cases is rising across the world, so because of the reason or so, the confirmation has not been there. Now, if you talk about the External Affairs Ministry of India, the president of Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan has participated in the virtual mode. So they are ready to join the event on a virtual mode, right? And this would be the first engagement of its kind between India and Central Asia country at the level जो हमारे जो leaders level की talk है वो पहली दफे होने जा रही है जहाँ पे सारे states के chief मिलेंगे and the prime minister would be chairing this particular summit. So if you talk about Central Asia, यहाँ की map काफी important हो जाती है. Although map is always important for UPSC prelims examination, so you need to know what is Central Asian country. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, Kazakhstan is there, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. These are the countries, the 5 major countries. कौन सी country की border किसके साथ है ये आपको ध्यान होनी चाहिए. And even the sea, you can see the Caspian Sea going where Afghanistan and Iran. And this is bordering with Russia as well as China. So make sure you are good with the map work because this is something very easy which can fetch you. At least you can correct 1 or 2 questions from map work. So not only सेंट्रल एशिया, जितने भी इंपॉर्टेंट मैप्स या फिर बायलैटरल फोरम मीटिंग्स होती हैं उनके मैप वर्क आप जरूर देखें. Now, extended neighborhood policy, this is what India called for. So the summit reflect the growing engagement with the Central Asian state as a part of India's intention towards extending the neighborhood policy, which is symbolically important for the leaders for both India as well as Central Asia, जहाँ पे comprehensive और एक enduring partnership को enhance की जा सके. So what is the main aim? First is to extend the neighborhood policy, and the second would be to have a comprehensive and enduring partnership, right? Now, what is the agenda of this summit? What is going to be the main theme, the agenda of discussion for the summit? So the leader is expected to talk about the India-Central Asia relation in the new heights, how we can enhance our bilateral cooperation between all the Central Asian countries. That is a prime focus. Exchange views on regional and international issues, especially which is around the regional security situations, right? We have seen the situation in Afghanistan is not good amid the overtaking of the government by Taliban is not considered, it not being appreciated by India as well, right? तो जो regional security है Central Asia के region में उसके बारे में बात होनी है. Now the participants of the Secretariat of National Security Council in the Central Asian countries as well as the Regional Security Dialogue on Afghanistan was actually held in Delhi, that is on November 10, 2021, which also called for a common regional approaches in Afghanistan. So Afghanistan in this region also play a very crucial and pivotal role. Now the other news, Center to rank states on faster green notes. This particular news is important for General Studies Paper 3, Conservation, Environmental Pollution, EIA, that is Environmental Impact Assessment. And at the same time, this particular news is also important for General Studies Paper 2, where government policies and intervention are concerned. तो जो सब टॉपिक है ये दोनों पेपर में आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट. Now, as a part of ease of doing business की जो गोल है उसको और इंसेंटिवाइज करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने अपनी तरफ से एक असेसमेंट की रोल रखी है, जहाँ पे कहा गया है कि अगर इन्वायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट असेसमेंट के जो अथॉरिटीज़ हैं वो अपनी एफिशिएंसी को बढ़ाते हैं, नो द टर्म्स ऑफ गिविंग द नोट a clearance to any project would be something that would be appreciated, and that particular state authority or implemented authority would be ranked accordingly, right? तो यहाँ पे performance based ranking होने जानी है, performance based ranking होगी, right? So you can say PBR, performance based ranking, which would help the state अथॉरिटी टू नो पीपल एक्चुअली जो भी या फिर जो इन्वेस्टमेंट की पार्ट है उसमें भी पता चल पाएगा कि किस स्टेट में कितनी इन्वेस्टमेंट की जा सकती है, किन के रेट टिपिज्म कम है, किन के यहाँ पे जो क्लियरेंस प्रोसेस है वो ईजी. सो द स्टेट एनवायरमेंट इम्पैक्ट असेसमेंट अथॉरिटी विच क्लियर द प्रोजेक्ट विद द शॉर्टेस्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम, उनको रैंकिंग दी जाएगी, एक पैरामीटर सेट ऑफ पैरामीटर्स बनाई गई है, अकॉर्डिंगली दे वुड बी रैंक. विल डिस्कस द पैरामीटर एज वेल. So first and foremost, what is the aim of this? Why government has decided to ensure कि हर एक state authorities को rank करनी है? So first and foremost, has decided to incentivize the states through a star rating system. There would be a star rating system that would be given, and based on the efficiency and timeline, the grant would be given for the environmental clearances. Now this is intended for a mode of recognition जहाँ पे encouragement भी की जाएगी उस particular state body की authorities की, as far well as promoting the improvement where is needed, right? Definitely for anything we need improvement. So what sort of environment is required, what sort of improvement can be done, that would be also the aim of this ranking. Now what is a parameter, right? Precisely talking about the parameters of the ranking system, this is how it would implement for each and every state इन्वायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट अथॉरिटी, उनकी जो असेसमेंट अथॉरिटी है जिसको SEIAA भी कहते हैं. So there are the marking system which is being bifurcated by the government. So first 2 marks if they give clearances to a project with less than 80 days. अगर 80 days के कम में एवरेज ग्रांटिंग क्लियरेंसेस दी जाती है तो उनको 2 marks मिलेंगे. If it is being given in less than 105 days, that is within 104 days, they would get 1 marks, right? 1 star. Or you can say 1 marks, both are equal. Now 0.5 marks if the approval is between 105 to 120 days, and 0 marks would be given if the approval is given over 120 days, right? So this is the set of parameters that the rating agency is going to follow for each state impact assessment authority. Now, the state authority would also be rated on percentage of disposable of the terms of references, जिसको TOR या फिर amendment कहते हैं, उनके pending cases पे ध्यान में रखते हुए, right? So this is how the thing is going to work for 30 days. There are other technical things also, और अलग-अलग rating अगर आप इसको newspaper में पढ़ेंगे, you will get the minute details about the TOR. We are not concerned about that minute detail because that is not important for your examination. यहाँ पे मैं आपको वही चीजें बताऊंगा which is more or less more important for examination, more relevant to the civil services examination, right? Now, project clearances by the state, how the state is going to provide the clearances. The state authorities would carry out bulk of environmental impact assessment that would be proposed for the project, right? So there would be categories that would be also set. So the major category include category 1, जहाँ पे projects like highway clearances by the center, rest ये जो बड़ी प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के पास अथॉरिटी होंगी इस बड़े प्रोजेक्ट को अप्रूव करने के लिए. द रेस्ट small project which include mining, thermal plants, river valley, infra project that would be fall under the purview of स्टेट बॉडी. तो यहाँ पे स्टेट अथॉरिटी के पास पावर होंगी कि वो कर सके. बट जो बड़े प्रोजेक्ट होंगे, जो ह्यूज प्रोजेक्ट होंगे, दैट हैज अ ड्यूटी ओनली विद द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. नाउ जितने भी स्टेट इंप्लीमेंटिंग अथॉरिटीज होंगे, दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर प्रोवाइडिंग एनवायरमेंटल क्लियरेंसेस टू बल्क ऑफ द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एंड डेवलपमेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स. And the main purpose is to assess the impact of proposed project जो कि environment and people के impact को minimize करे, जो sustainable development है उसके तरफ आगे बढ़े. And they call for something which help our environment and less interference of human activities. Even no, that is more in terms of जो हमारी global consensus हैं, even जो agreements हैं, जो recent में जो agreement की गई है, जो conventions हैं, वो सारी चीज़ों को follow कीजिए. What is EIA? Mostly you see EIA जैसे topics हैं. This is pretty important for your mains paper. Also, this is relevant for the essay paper, right? So they ask you to enhance the level of EIA. क्या-क्या assessment होती हैं environmental impact assessment में. तो उसके 4 बड़े component हैं. This is something which is important. You can take a screenshot of this. If it is being asked in examination, आप इस तरह से draw कर सकते हैं. So EIA has 4 important components. First is the stakeholder empowerment, जहाँ पे awareness और environmental capacity को बढ़ाई जाती है. Second is institutional changes, that is environmental capacity, consent, decision and accountability. The third would be corporate changes, that is belief, structure and economy. The fourth is design, engineering and change, that is value, visioning and decision. And the last, that is fifth. So in total there is 5. Initially I have told 4 is not there. The total is 5, right? So the last is scientific change, that is प्रिडिक्टिव टेक्निक एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी. तो EIA के ये 5 सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट हैं जो कि एक EIA को सक्सेस बनाती हैं, विच शुड द मैंडेटरी पार्ट ऑफ द एनवायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट असेसमेंट. Expert panel recommended market approval for the vaccine. This particular news is important for General Studies Paper 2, issues related to development and management of health. So recently the subject expert committee on the COVID-19 vaccine and the market regulator has recommended that Serum Institute की जो कोविडशील्ड है और भारत बायोटेक की जो कोवैक्सीन है, they would get full approval for this particular vaccines to be authorized to sell in the market, in the retail market, right? This is what the committee is considering, and the recommendations means that these 2 vaccine has already followed the high safety standard, जो effectiveness है, जो manufacturing की quality है, if we talk about the quality check and all other things, that has already been given approval by the Drugs and Cosmetic Act. और ये जो Drugs Cosmetic Act की ये जो provisions है, that is mandatory after things is coming into the market or retail chain. So what is emergency use authorizations? जो EUA है, एक ऐसी कॉन्सेप्ट है जब पेंडेमिक के टाइम में किसी भी पर्टिकुलर वैक्सीन को आफ्टर ट्रायल, दिस इज बीइंग गिवन EUA so that it can be vaccinated. The vaccine can be used normal citizen. So since January last year, जनवरी के अगर आखिरी जो पिछले साल से बात करें जब हमारी वैक्सीनेशन स्टार्ट हुई थी, the Covishield and Covaxin has available for the emergency use authorizations. And EU route एक ऐसी route है where India termed as restricted use in the emergency situations, right? Which involve public health emergency. जब भी कहीं पेंडेमिक होती है किसी कंट्रीज में, तो उस पर्टिकुलर वैक्सीन जो किसकी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हुई है, जिसके ट्रायल्स हुए हैं, उनको EU स्टेटस दी जाती है, राइट? and based on that, there are certain parameters that is being followed, that whether it is effective or not. For terms of in terms of COVID-19 vaccines, the both the COVID sheet and the Covaxin was effective in terms of providing the immunity. Now last year Pfizer mRNA vaccine received full FDA approval. जो यूएस की फूड एंड ड्रग्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन है उन्होंने भी अप्रूव किए थे फॉर 16 ईयर एंड अबव एज. Recently, 137 crore of the doses was given of the COVID sheet. This is till yesterday. और जो कोवैक्सीन की जो डोजेज है वो 21.75 करोड़ डोजेज इंडिया में अभी तक दिए जा चुके हैं. Now the regulator are also recommending for these particular conditions, where key question is that whether जो लाइसेंस है वो दो मार्केट को आगे दी जानी है रिटेल के लिए या नहीं. इस पे कंसिडरेशन हो रही है. वेरी सून इफ इट इज बीइंग अप्रूवल they would be available in the market retail chain. But कुछ concerns और issues भी होंगे if अगर ये market में आती है. What is the first and foremost that जो वैक्सीन की सर्टिफिकेशंस है वो कैसे होंगी, बिकॉज एट प्रेजेंट व्हेन यू गो फॉर वैक्सीनेशंस योर आधार नंबर इज बीइंग टेकन, योर phone number that is being impaneled with that particular आधार number would be given a message और वहाँ पे आप आराम से अपने कोविन ऐप पे जाकर के सर्टिफिकेट्स डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. ना हाउ दिस इज गोइंग टू फंक्शन, दिस इज वन कंसर्न. Therefore, it is unlikely जो दोनों वैक्सीन है that would be made available over the counter purchase over the chemist. You see how these things are sorted out. Now, after examining the vaccine, जब किसी को वैक्सीन दी जाती है तो हर एक क्लिनिक्स में ये प्रोविजंस की गई हैं कि पोस्ट एडवर्सेस कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस के लिए वहाँ पे डॉक्टर के सुपरविजन में रखी जाती हैं. Now, the new conditions is that how this monitoring would be done, right? So this is again some of the concern and issues that has been brought up by the expert committee, that if these things are met on a right direction, on a right ground, then only it can bring up to the retail chain sector. Now, SC pull-up states for non-payment of the COVID-19 compensation. This particular news is important for General Studies paper 2. Structure, organizations, functions and role of executive and judiciary. So whatever subtopic I'm mentioning, this is there in the syllabus. You need to recheck it from the syllabus also. Syllabus आपको याद होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. Now recently the Supreme Court has pulled up Andhra Pradesh and Bihar government for non-payment of the compensation, right? So this is regarding the COVID-19 compensation, the ex gratia amount that was already being set by the Supreme Court, कितनी minimum amount आपको देनी है. तो एपेक्स कोर्ट ने ये दोनों स्टेट्स के, जो बिहार है और आंध्र प्रदेश है, इन दोनों स्टेट के चीफ सेक्रेटरीज को बुलाया है, समन किया है, तलब किया है, so that they can reach out and a virtual meeting would be held to know the ground status of the compensation part, right? So the justice bench M.R. Shah and Sanjeev Khanna would be asking the state to explain why the dispersal of 50,000 ex gratia amount was not given to the kin families. जो डिसीज्ड पर्सन है उनके फैमिली मेंबर्स को क्यों नहीं दी गई है. द टॉप कोर्ट हैज सेड दैट कोविड-19 की जो डेथ रिपोर्ट बिहार गवर्नमेंट ने सबमिट की थी, दे हैव सेड दैट ओनली 12,000 पीपल हैव डेथ. दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच कोर्ट सेड कि ये एक्चुअल फिगर जो गवर्नमेंट ने दी है उसको एक्सेप्ट करना बहुत मुश्किल है, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट इन अ रियलिटी, राइट. द कोर्ट हैज रिजेक्टेड that it is not possible that इतनी बड़ी पेंडेमिक है सिर्फ आपके स्टेट से 12,000 लोग मरे होंगे. The number would be large. So this is the reason they have asked the chief secretary to come up in the video conference where they would be asking all other sort of questions. Now concern that has been raised by court on December 13 लास्ट ईयर टॉप कोर्ट ने स्लैम किया था स्टेट्स को कि वो डिस्पर्सल के प्रोसेस को ट्रांसपेरेंट रखे और जो कंपनसेशन है वो सारे स्टेट्स को प्रोवाइड करें. Now, it has also been said that unless publicly given, people would not be able to know the portal address where they can make the online application. So everything has to be transparent. और सभी लोगों को गवर्नमेंट की जिम्मेवारी है that they should make a public announcement that those people whose members, any member of the family has died because of the COVID-19, they can file an applications and get their ex gratia or compensation amount. तो यहाँ पे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की रिलेक्टेंसी भी काफ़ी ज़्यादा सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने नोट की, विच इज़ नॉट गुड, राइट. एंड द कोर्ट हैज़ ऑल्सो नोटेड दैट सम स्टेट हैज़ नॉट गिवन पब्लिक एडवर्टीजमेंट. जो डिटेल एडवर्टीजमेंट होनी चाहिए पोर्टल में, रिपीटेड एडवर्टीजमेंट होनी चाहिए, वो नहीं हुई है, नीदर इन द प्रिंट मीडिया नॉर इन द डिजिटल मीडिया. सो दिस इज अ कंसर्न दैट वाज रेज्ड बाय द कोर्ट ऑल्सो. Now, remarks on गुजरात गवर्नमेंट की जो परफॉर्मेंस है उस पर भी कोर्ट ने खास करके बहुत सारी बातों को रखा है. They have said that the amount that was supposed to be given to the victims was not given. and the issuing authority has not scrutinized the cases also. And November 18 last year, the top court has pulled Gujarat government for not issuing the notification on this particular regard, despite the reminder that was given, the directions that was given by the Supreme Court. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दिया था सारे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को कि पब्लिकली आप नोटिस निकालें, लोगों को ये बताएं कि आप कंपनसेशन कैसे ले सकते हैं, राइट. सो विद दिस रिगार्ड सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज मेक व्हाट इट वाज, जितने भी बेस्ट पॉसिबल एफर्ट्स थे उन्होंने की है. दे हैव ट्राई टू ओवर रीच द, खास करके कोर्ट ने गुजरात गवर्नमेंट को कही है कि आपने ओवर रीच किया है हमारे डायरेक्शंस को, विच इज नॉट वेरी गुड, राइट. सो इन लाइट ऑफ दैट दीज टू स्टेटमेंट यू कैन सी आंध्र प्रदेश और बिहार को अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक्शंस लिया, बट फॉर गुजरात दे हैव ऑलरेडी टेकन द एक्शन, राइट. So if you're writing in case studies, you can highlight this problem that is existing with the state government in terms of implementation of any program under the direction and supervision of the Supreme Court. Now the other news, that is basically NFHS data and Swachh Bharat success. This is a sanitation reality check. And this particular editorial would be important under General Studies paper 2, government policies and intervention for the development of various sectors and issues arising from it. So what we're going to discuss under this editorial, I have segregated this editorial into 4 important subhead. First is the NFHS survey 5 estimates, household sanitations, open defecation free की क्या status है और state के क्या performance के report है. So the entire editorial focuses upon NFHS data and Swachh Bharat success. So getting into the background, over the years जो NFHS की survey है, that has considered to be as a major source of data product, जहाँ पे बहुत सारे indicators पे जो हमारी demographic population है, total populations है, जो concerned population, जो targeted populations है, उनके health, nutrition, social economic status के बारे में हमें जानकारी दी जाती है by this data, right, by this service actually. So the technical and resource support that is being provided nationally and international agency, ये enable करती है National Family Health Survey के data credible है, authentic है और एम्बिशियस है, ताकि एक अलग रोड मैप गवर्नमेंट को पॉलिसीज बनाने में भी मदद मिले, बिकॉज द टेक्निकल सपोर्ट इज फ्रॉम WHO, वर्ल्ड बैंक. तो ये बहुत सारे इंपॉर्टेंट एजेंसी इन्वॉल्व होते हैं जो कि इस तरह के सर्वेज में हेल्प करते हैं गवर्नमेंट को. नाउ व्हाट वाज देयर इन द NFHS एस्टिमेट्स, रिसेंटली द कंडक्ट वाज देयर, जो सर्वे आई है NFHS की, दैट हैज taken the time for 2019 and 20, ये टाइमलाइन रखी गई है, that have gathered the information around 6.4 lakh household, right. And it is much beyond the NSSO, जो कि पुराने सर्वे में काफ़ी कम लोगों को कवर की थी. Now with such large sample size, it is legitimately claimed that capable of producing a reliable estimate and even district level जो data है वो available है. NFHS ने sanitations के data पे कुछ चीज़ों के बारे में सर्वे की है, उसकी डिटेल रिपोर्ट की कि हाउस होल्ड की क्या स्टेटस है इन टर्म्स ऑफ द सैनिटेशन दैट दे आर एक्चुअली गेटिंग. दिस इंक्लूड किस तरह की सैनिटेशन फैसिलिटी, लाइक टॉयलेट फैसिलिटीज विच इज देयर, लोकेशन ऑफ द टॉयलेट, एक्सेस एंड शेयरिंग ऑफ द टॉयलेट एंड द ड्रेनेज सिस्टम, हाउ दिस इज बीइंग इम्पैक्टेड. Now, if you talk about household sanitation, this is again a very important aspects of the sanitations part. So the sanitation is a practice that is needed for the most influential in the family, and जो data collections की गई है is able to understand the health behavior of the people, whether they are actually practicing जो toilets हैं वो वहाँ पे बने हैं कि नहीं, कितने लोग उसको follow कर रहे हैं, what is the ground reality, proportion क्या है, किस ratio में toilet की establishment की गई है, all things are taken into consideration. Fortunately, sanitations की बात करें, it has also been studied with a special survey जो कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ ड्रिंकिंग वाटर एंड सैनिटेशन ने किया था मोर रिसेंटली अंडर द नेशनल एनुअल रूरल सैनिटेशन सर्वे राउंड 3. दिस इज फॉर 1920, राइट. सो वी हैव क्लब, द एडिटर हैज क्लब दिस इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ही वांट टू पुल आउट दैट एक्चुअली दोनों को मिलाने के बाद भी कितने बेनिफिशियरीज हैं जिनको इसकी एक्चुअली बेनिफिट मिली है, और हाउस होल्ड सैनिटेशन की जो रीचेबिलिटी है वो कितनी ज़्यादा बढ़ी है. Now talking about open defecation free, which government claim that India has open defecation, but still the ground reality is pretty different. बहुत हद तक हमने इसमें success achieve की है, but sanitation related indicators have come immense importance in the backdrop of Swachh Bharat mission. This is SBM, which is again important for examination. जितने भी villages हैं, ग्राम पंचायत हैं, districts हैं, states हैं, union territories हैं, they have everything have put in place जहाँ पे open defecation free के बारे में ये कहा गया था that every states and district is open defecation free by 2nd of October 2019 by construction of almost 100 million toilets in rural area, right? This target was set by government. The ground reality has to be still there because no survey has been conducted by any independent agency. Now the government is now moving towards the next phase of SBMG स्वच्छ भारत मिशन ग्रामीण. यहाँ पे जो रूरल एरिया है उनके स्पेशली ग्रामीण मिशन बनाई गई है जो कि ODF बिहेवियर्स को प्रमोट करेगी. कोशिश करेगी ऐसी इंटरवेंशन की जाए जहाँ पे सेफ मैनेजमेंट हो, सॉलिड और लिक्विड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए, राइट, इन विलेजेस. So this is the main aim. Let's see how this successful is going to be because every individual has to also contribute in the government initiative. ऐसा नहीं है कि गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ इनिशिएटिव लिया है वो अपने आप हो जाएगी. The contributors are people only, right? Now state performance report की अगर बात करें, so far a few detailed state reports are available. Percentage में अगर बात करें rural populations की, they have improved the sanitation part, and NSSO data has also conducted during December और जुलाई, इस टाइम में 2018 में कवर की गई जहाँ पे वाटर सैनिटेशन और हाइजीन पे ध्यान दी गई. It has also reported that 71.3% of the household population has access to toilet, which is again on the positive sides. And through the NSSO finding, जो vast improvement अगर बात करें sanitation की rural area में, this finding is not acceptable by the officials because there's a bit contradictions with the NSSO survey and जो NFHS 5 की survey है उसके beneficiaries benefits की अगर बात करें, so it has to be more on a higher side because ये दोनों चीज़ें एक साथ चल रही है. गवर्नमेंट की और भी पॉलिसीज है जो कि इंक्लाइंड है ओपन डिफेक्शन फ्री को प्रमोट करने के लिए. सो द थिंग्स शुड बी पुट इन प्लेस सो दैट वी कैन गेट द मोर ऑप्टिमम रिजल्ट व्हाट इज एक्चुअली डिजायर्ड. Now the finding of NFHS 5 which is make available partly यहाँ पे clearly indicate की गई है that government need to introduce the behavioral changes in the government plan to sustain the SBM 5, right? And behavior change has also been discussed in our economic survey which call for government policies जहाँ पे behavioral change पे ज़्यादा focus होना चाहिए. Now the finding has also highlighted the need for the cross validations of administration data by independent sample survey. अगर इनकी survey कराई गई independent agency से, then we can only get the ground reality status whether how much improvement had been done from the previous time before the implementation of this project, right? So this is how the things is going to work, and an independent sample survey would give us more fruitful and conclusive answer to this. So this was all about this editorial. Now moving ahead with the MCQ questions of the day. Before I proceed, just to tell you the answers of yesterday questions. For the first question, the correct option is A. For second question, the correct option is C. Today's MCQ for your practice, quadrilateral security dialogue. आपको इसके दो स्टेटमेंट कौन कौन से करेक्ट हैं वो चेक करनी है. दैट इज इट इज एन इनफॉर्मल स्ट्रेटेजिक डायलॉग बिटवीन इंडिया, यूएस, जापान एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया. इट एम्स टू इंश्योर फ्री, ओपन एंड प्रॉस्पेरस इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन. डू चेक इट आउट. और भी जिस तरह के जितने एंगेजमेंट हुए हैं उसके बारे में भी आपको ध्यान होनी चाहिए. Second, that is regarding the Sambar Lake. This can be current affair as well as static geography question. It is the largest inland salt lake in the world and it represents the depression of Aravalli ranges, right? So what do you have to do? You have to check out the correct answers and figure out whatever news with regards to geography has been important. You need to note it, right? I will definitely highlight the important point, but you from your end need to do your homework. So this was all about the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQ questions. If you have any other concern, you can let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.